I find myself again here in Agyedam. Today I'm also here with Ato. He tells me that there's another phase that they've started demarcating that he'd like to show all of you out there who are interested in getting some land here in Agyedam. So I'll make him take us through where the section is and then what are some of the procedures or processes that are required to be able to get land over here. So without not talking further, let's go ahead and get started. So Ato, nice meeting you again.
Nice meeting you, Ishmeal.
Yeah, so can you tell us a bit about this place?
Okay, so most of the videos that you did with me, we were somewhere in the eastern, I would say northeastern side.
Okay.
Yes, and then also the western side of Agyedam. Now we've decided to come to this side. As many of you are aware, it's not every plots that are going to be sold.
Okay.
We need to leave some for the, in terms of the environment, the nature conservation and all that. So very important.
Right.
So we've decided, the elders and then the chief, they've decided to move to the eastern side because it's also a vast land here as well. But starting with the eastern side, we have this coconut grove here.
Okay.
It's a research center for Scientific and Industrial Research.
Oh, okay.
So what they do is they have a variety of coconuts here. The coconut seedling. So most of the time, people come here to buy the seedling and plant them. So those building around, if you want coconuts, any variety, the varieties that are, they have about 6 different types here. You can get your coconut seedling here, or even when you come, I think they can, one way or the other, also sell you some of the fresh coconut as well. So they have this research here. It's not going to be touched.
Okay.
It's going to remain like this because it's a research center.
Sure.
So after the research center, the opposite, there's a demarcation zone that the elders and the chief have started in terms of releasing to the diaspora or even the Ghanaians as well, not only the Agyedam here. When you are here, most of the people that are building, it's not only the diaspora, even the locals are also buying plots and building here. So we are in the second phase. And then the second phase, the good thing is this week they started with the road so that people can get access to the road. So far, it's only 2 people that have bought plots from this side. Okay. Yes. So we are on the eastern side, and most of the time also when people request or demand for plots, they say, I want hilltop and all that. It's not everywhere that you get a hilltop, but also we will assure you that you are not going to get a waterlogged area.
Sure.
Yes, we try as much as possible not to put anyone in the waterlogged area. So it starts from here on our right side. So there's a client that has started his project here.
Okay.
So he starts from here. Yeah, the client has started building here. So there's that, and then followed by another 4 plots. So after the 4 plots, all this place, I'm telling you, looking at this section where the eastern side, if I'm not mistaken, probably running to 100 acres.
Wow.
Yes, from what I've seen and how far I've gone through this land.
Okay.
It will probably be more than 100 acres.
Okay. So it means that the road goes further than this?
Yes. The good thing is this road connects direct to the last point of the Pan-African village.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So when you have a friend or a sibling residing in Pan-African village, they can connect Pan-African village to Agyedam through
this road.
Yes, through this road.
Okay.
It will not be the major road because we will try also as much as possible to make it a private road, because we don't want, there's a major road where you can go through, but we also don't want to go through the local township, because what we realize that if you are in Agyedam and you want to go to Pan-African village, you have to drive through a field. Yes, and this one thing that I've been praying and wishing that we avoid. So thank God that they've heed to our call, the elders, and then now we have a road here that connects the Pan-African village. So people don't need to go through the local village and also drive through the school, the kids playing field and all that, because there's no access road now to there. So most of the people that uses that section drives through the field, the children's playground and all that, just to avoid any accident. So now we have our road here.
Okay, so over here to, what is the process?
Okay, the process is still the same.
Okay.
You can see that from this session here, most of the time it's quite unfortunate that we don't, when you look at from where they've started selling, we don't have serious crops here in terms of farming and all that. But definitely someone owning a tree or a palm tree will come to say that this is where I farm, or this is where I used to farm and all that. So we said that to maintain peace and order and tranquility among the elders and then the local farmer who are also part of the family, the compensation still, goes on. So you look at this, it's bushy. But you look at it and we can say, okay, let's probably give the person like $20 or $30 or $50, depending. But you move to other sessions also, you find out that we have a lot of acacia trees, coconut or palm trees. So it also, in terms of compensation payment, depends on what the person has on the land.
Okay.
Yes.
Aside from that also, what about pricing? Has prices changed?
The price hasn't changed. They are thinking of changing the price. For example, the same money that comes is what they are using
to pave the roads.
To pave the road and also in terms of the community, what they are doing and all that. So they try as much as possible. Like this is a new area. Even the money that, and it stretches, if you are to drive on this, to probably take us like 5 minutes drive to the junction, the last point of Pan-African village. And they have to, in terms of get money from what they've acquired from the land sales and do it. So they don't wait till people come and all that. They want people to have access, because now if you, for example, Mr. Ishmeal is here with a client, you are not going to walk through the bush and show you and all that. So this is some of our all the time plans, that we should make sure that we have access roads, so that when people come and you want to show them the plot what's available, and they can drive through, or if they want to walk, they can walk peacefully and safe to wherever that they want to go.
Okay, so what sizes are you demarcating the lands over here? Still 80 by 80?
They are still on the 80 by 80. They are still on the 80 by 80, yes.
Oh, I see.
Yes, and also I think there's one thing that I want to mention for people to know. I am providing services for diasporans that are not here.
Okay.
Yes, I'm not a member of the family, but they've entrusted me to, navigate this process on behalf of the diasporans.
Okay. So
one good thing is that so far as I'm around this area, Asebu, Cape Coast and all that, I also, when you buy your land and you are not here, I also become something even though like a watchman for your land. So you are away, I'm here, I will always make sure that your land is safe, no one trespasses, even though people will not. But I need to monitor and see that your land is always, safe and no one trespasses on the land. So this is one thing. You don't even pay for that, but because as soon as you pay for the service fee that I charge, because the service fee involves, for example, when you call, I don't charge service consultation fee, but when you call, we speak, you tell me how many plots you want and all that, and when we start the process, I have to go and pay on your behalf. I have to make sure that receipts are collected, make sure that I send a copy to you. When a surveyor starts his work, I will be around with him to make sure that he captures or pick your boundaries, the measurements and all that, I avail myself for that process as well. When a bulldozer moves to your plot to clear the land, I also avail myself to make sure that they do the right thing. So these are all the services, part of the services that I provide. And also when it's time for compensation, the farmer comes with the elders counting and all that, and the money paid, I have to avail myself. When your indenture documents are ready for signing, I will go for them from the surveyor, takes to the palace, they sign and all that. So I go through all this process. So that's what I term at a service fee. Okay. And after all is done and dusted, I also make sure that all the time I am watching over your land for you.
Okay, I see. Well, that sounds good. I think that, so we've started working on some projects at the top over here. Yes. I think, I don't know whether there's a name for that place.
It's a Boshekrom Promised Land.
Okay.
Yeah, Boshekrom, but that's the western side of Agyedam.
Okay.
Yes, that's the western side of Agyedam.
Where there's a lot of fence wall projects.
Yes, fence wall, yes.
Yeah, I think so. I see some people have started working on, and even myself, I'm working on some project there for a client, and so far so good. So it looks like Agyedam is beginning to take shape.
Yes, honestly speaking,
in recent times. Yes. Yeah,
it's a community that a lot of people are coming out. Honestly, the last time, we did a video, the village hasn't expanded like this because it's a community that is peaceful. Mm-hmm. And in terms of also legal wise, many people have done their background checks, all the research and all the findings that they need. Okay. They've spoken to people that have developed and invested hugely in this community. Oh. Yes. So what I also do is that when you are a new person and you want to buy a land, I even connect you with someone that already have a land or burden, so that you have an interaction and also get to know each other. So when both of you comes to the community and settle, you know each other already. So this is what I also do in terms of try to connect people as well.
Okay. That sounds good. So what's the future like for Agyedam?
It's huge. It's big. It's big. The future is big, but one thing also is that we want this project to impact the locals. One thing is if they don't benefit from it, for me, it's nothing. Because from the way the locals will improve in terms of, their own life and also something for the future does. But for now, they are very happy because you can see what the elders and the chief have done for them. And they haven't stopped. They are still building facilities and all that. Let me just tell you this. Next week, we'll be going within the 7 towns under the Asebu Kingdom or Asebu Traditional Council. There's nothing like a brass band for the youth. But with Agyedam coming next week, we are going to have our own new set of trumpets and drums. Wow. All because of, visions and in terms of interest that people have for this community. They are helping just to uplift the livelihood of this, and even the young people who are interested in music and all that. So next week, for the first time, Agyedam will be having its own brass band.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. Also, I'd like to know that are there dedicated land for maybe commercial purposes? Yes. So let's say, as we saw, Mr. What's the name?
Egerton Wright. Yes.
He having a block factory.
Yes.
Does it mean that if someone is looking at maybe starting a factory or a commercial business, are there lands also available?
This, honestly speaking, the family of Agyedam Royal have land all over. So for me, I cannot promise to say this session, but when you are ready for something, one thing that I know is that they don't go beyond like 5 acres if they don't have the concept of what you want to do. Okay. Yes, people will love to probably count for 5 acres, 10 acres, and still leave the land there just bare, and then they don't want that. So you bring the concept and you discuss with them, even if something that is going to benefit the community and all that. Sometimes they even give you a discount, because they know that if you're coming to put a factory or something that will uplift the livelihood of the people, definitely they have a way of giving you a discount for that.
Right. Okay, that's because I'm asking this because I've come to know people who have some interest in starting businesses and wanted to know if there are chances of them being able to do that here in Agyedam. So I think it's good to know that. Okay, so I think so. From when we continue further ahead, it's just a road we
Yeah,
are going to see.
yeah. Let's take a little bit what it's okay. So we are here. So this one takes you to the Pan-African village.
That's right. This
Yes.
part. Okay.
This one takes you, and then this one takes you to the hilltop where actually Mr. Wright is having.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So this one takes you to the back of the factory, and this one takes you to the Pan-African
Pan-African
village.
village.
Yes.
Oh, I see. Okay. Nice. But you said so far it's how many? You have about
Only 2 clients.
2 people
Yes,
who have
yes,
purchased land.
yes.
Over. Oh, okay. But can you touch a bit on the pricing again?
It's 7,000 Ghana. That's about $685 or $680 if I'm not mistaken. Then we have what we call the demarcation fee.
Okay.
We have people that comes, and if you want 1 plot and all that, they come with the tape measurement, and then they lay out in terms of the size of the plots that you want.
Okay.
Then we give them something like a gratuity.
Okay.
Yes, token of appreciation, because they are not working at the palace. So when that is done, and we pay those, depending on how many plots you are buying, but if you are buying 1, we give them like $19 or $18. That's roughly about 200 cedis for that. But if you are doing many, it doesn't mean that if you are doing 4, you are going to give them 800 Ghana cedis or about $75. No, if it's more, the prices rather reduces. Yes.
Okay.
So that's how it works. And when that is done, we call in a surveyor.
Okay.
The surveyor comes, and then if it's 1 plot, the surveyor charges you. It depends. 1 plot, some can take 2,000 Ghana cedis or 1,500 cedis, depending on which surveyor you are using.
Sure.
And it's the same thing also. If you are doing more plots, the prices
reduces.
Reduces. The same thing goes with clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the clearing also, when you have trees on, you can decide to leave some of the trees on the land. One thing that we are encouraging the plot holders to do is that please try and maintain some of the trees, or even if you bring everything down due to the nature of your house, the way you want your house to be constructed, please after or before that, put some trees at the vantage point for us to still continue with the conservation of this environment.
Right. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so I think basically you've touched on some of the questions that I had.
Yes, and then there's something we call a sign-in fee for the indentures. When that is done, yes, we take it back to the palace for the 2 elders. That's the main one. The chief is just a witness. But we have the clan head. That's the Ebusia Penny. Yeah, he is the main person that signs, and 1 elder, and then the chief are witnesses, and the purchaser also signs, and then a witness also signs for for the person who bought the land as well. Yeah, when that is done, and you want another process of taking it to the land commission, yes, you are free to do that. And also, if you want to start with your building process, also you have to start the process of going for the building permit. So it's very important. You cannot go for the building permit when you don't have your indenture document. Yes, because they take a copy at the municipal council before they can start the process of getting your building permit to allow you to build. Yes.
Sure. All right. Okay, so I think that will be just about it for now. Hopefully once there's any more updates, I will come back and then we get to look at those updates as well. So before we go, this particular coconut research center, do they have like an office or something?
Yeah, they have like a shed. Yes. In there. So when you want a coconut, you can see from far that they have coconut seedlings. They have all varieties. They have the dwarf ones, they have the hybrid, different colors as well. So people come here. I've even bought some coconut on behalf of clients as well. So you come here and then you get the coconut seeds to plant on your plots. Those that wants to have coconuts in the houses, you can get them from here.
Sure. Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.